Thank you, everyone, for waiting for this webinar. We're very happy to welcome everyone to Sustainable Development Goals and Library Associations, the MENA experience. And I will ask my colleagues to please move the slide. Thank you. So, like I said, the title of the webinar is Sustainable Development Goals and Library Associations, MENA, Middle East and North Africa Experience. And my name is Loida Garcia Fibo. I am delighted to welcome attendees as the chair of the Management of Library Associations section of IFLA. IFLA's Management of Library Associations, known also as MLAS, in collaboration with the new Professional Special Interest Group, NPSIG, the Environment, Sustainability, and Libraries sections, ENSULIB, and the IFLA Regional Divisions, is proud to announce this webinar. It's a webinar series about the Sustainable Development Goals and Library Associations. We want to support library associations around the world. Thank you. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, also known as the SDGs, are a call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and improve the lives and prospects of everyone, everywhere. The 17 goals were adopted by all UN members, including the United States and the countries in the Middle East and North Africa. We're going back to one slide. Thank you. They were adopted by all different countries around the world to guide their development efforts from 2016 to 2030. And IFLA has advocated for libraries, inclusion in the SDGs and development efforts for many years. And in 2014, presented its first program at the United Nations. In many countries, including MENA region, libraries have joined these efforts. The United Nations has stated that the world is in the last decade of action to meet the SDGs. Libraries are sustainable accelerators, and library associations are key in moving forward the library agenda in each country. MLAS mission is to build and support strong library associations. Collaborating with other IFLA groups and regions of the world, this activity will allow us to support national library associations, highlighting effective strategies that will equip them to help their country to achieve development. Our webinar series, Sustainable Development Goals and Library Associations, follows the IFLA Strategic Direction 1.1, show the power of libraries in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. We have an amazing working group that I would like to thank from the Management of Library Associations. They include our very dynamic secretary, Lo Yun Ching, and also the convener and the team from the new Professional Special Interest Group, Magdalena Gomulka, Marija Suvrnovic, and Borja. Thank you so much to all, because without you, we cannot present this webinar. Thank you. I also would like to thank Marwa Elsham, because she will be our moderator today, and our amazing and very dedicated speakers. Thank you so much for your time, for joining us and sharing with the world different examples and all your work related to sustainability. The webinar includes different areas today, and for that, I would like to welcome Marwa Elsham. And she is a member of IFLA MLAS and the director of the Centre d'Activités Francophones at the Biblioteca Alexandrina in Egypt, And now I would like to welcome Marwa, and she will continue with the event today.
Thank you, Loida, for your great introduction, and welcome to all our participants to this webinar for the MENA region. We are a bit sorry for this delay to start. We have some technical problem and time schedule with some countries, so we have a small delay. I would like to thank you all for your patience and welcome all again. And it was really a good pleasure to work with all the team of the MLS section and the new professional, Magdalena, of course, and Loida. Thanks for your great cooperation and help to put this webinar. And as you know, this is not the first webinar that the Management Library Association organized. We are trying to work with all the regional division in IFLA to show some experience in the subject, in different subjects. And as Loida mentioned, today we're going to talk about SDGs and what happened in different countries in related to the library and how they apply it in different activities. So I just want to ask all the participants to put their name and their position and country in the chat to know who is already with us. And I would like to welcome our speakers from different countries. We have from UN, from Lebanon, from Jordan, and from Egypt. Welcome all. I'm going to present each one on his turn. And I want to explain how our webinar will be organized today. We're going to start with 2 speakers. Each one will have 10 minutes to talk. And then after the first 2 speakers, we're going to have interactive exercise in different rooms in 3 languages. As in MENA region, we have people who can talk Arabic, English, and French. So please choose the language you are more familiar and easy to talk with. And we're going to discuss together and reply for some question related to SDG in your countries. And then we will come all back in the same main room of the webinar. We will continue with the other 2 speakers. And then at the end, we will make a small conclusion for the webinar. Okay, so welcome all with us again. And I will, before we start with the first speaker, I would like to remind you all to close your mic and keep your camera on if you want, because we will take some photos together. And I will give the talk now to Magdalena. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. It's great that you had the time to join us today. We have a very short exercise for you for the beginning. We would like to present our countries on the map, and for this we would like to use a Mentimeter application. So in this slide you can see that you can go to the website menti.com, and there will be a possibility to write down the code, and you can see the code on this slide. It's 82326531, and you can write down the code, and Mentimeter will ask you about country, and just type down your country, and we will see what countries are with us here today. So I will close the presentation now and give you a few seconds to go to Mentimeter website, and I will share the screen with the results. Yes. So we have participants from Croatia, Germany, Syria, Poland, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and many from other countries. So welcome again. We are very happy to have you here, and I give microphone to our moderator, to Marwa.
Thank you, Magdalena, for this introduction to know the countries from where our participants are from. And I see from different, not only country, but continent. So welcome all to you. And now I would like to introduce Dr. Ahmed Bashir, the IFLA MENA region chair and professor in library and information studies at Lebanese University. Welcome, Dr. Ahmed, and please give a small introduction as a MENA region chair, please.
Well, good evening, everyone. Nice to meet you all. Apparently, there is a mistake in the invitation. It says 20 p.m. Baghdad time. I'm talking to you from Baghdad now. So this is why I thought it was at 8 p.m., not 7. So it wasn't my mistake, but I do apologize for being late. Well, first of all, I would like to thank Loida for giving me and giving the MENA region this opportunity to share with you our experiences with the implementation of SDG on the level of associations and librarians as well, library and librarians. Well, I'm not going to say much, just I would like to stress that having MENA region as a separate entity or as a section in IFLA, this is happening for the first time. It's been a year and a half. Our term will end with the forthcoming Congress in August, and a new committee will take over. I don't think it was a bad experience. It was a good experience. And my ambition was to have better, let's say, achievements and better relations with our colleagues in the Arab countries, and to see that the number of Arabs who are joining IFLA are more or bigger. But unfortunately, it's not the case at all. So when I last heard the result of the election, actually I was shocked for the shy, let's say, for the shy contribution and participation from the Arab countries. I hope the situation will be different with the new committee, and our colleagues in the Arab world, I mean, on the institution level and on the individual level, would understand that joining international organization is for their benefits, and it's not good at all to limit their participation and existence to the regional level only. Well, in terms of the achievement, we did what we could actually. I was very happy with the training program that we did, and we are still doing on advocacy for the librarians in the Middle East. We are about to finish the second phase of the programs and start the third phase, and this will be concluded with more than 70 or 80 Arab librarians having been trained on advocacy and how to advocate for their libraries and their projects in the libraries they are working for. Also, I was happy to have the opportunity to participate in the AFSD, the Arab Forum for Sustainable Development, that took place in Beirut last month or the month before, in ESQA and the ESQA headquarters in Beirut. And I would like to thank Dr. Muhammad Bakli, who is with us, for his assistance in this respect. It was a useful and fruitful participation. Actually, we had the chance to meet most of the committees who are producing the voluntary national reviews We met some of the head of the commissions there, and we gave our reviews, and we asked them to try and include the activities that are done by libraries in terms of SDG. Some of the reports are already mentioning the achievements of libraries, although it's not in large scale. So I think with the new VNRS to come next year, maybe libraries will be seen more in terms of activities, and also librarians will be more keen now to try and introduce their achievement to the commissions who are responsible of the VNRS, or of the voluntary national reports. We did many seminars about the SDG. Also, we tried to introduce IFLA to the region. Actually, I was surprised more than one time for librarians who have no idea about IFLA at all. This is why during the meeting at the headquarters in The Hague, in December, I stressed the fact that IFLA should exist in the region and should participate more and be partner with all national library conferences run by the local or national associations, and also try to have IFLA Congress held even for one time in the region. They have never been there, although we have countries that applied for that, and they have the capability and all the resources to host such Congress. Well, some of our colleagues, some of the members were not very active in terms of attending the meetings or participating in the activities, and this is due to their engagements in many jobs and in many associations. This is why my advice was to the newcomer to try to have time for such work. Actually, IFLA requires a lot of work, especially in the section and the regional committee, regional division.
Thank you, Dr. Ahmed.
I would like to welcome you all, and I'm really glad to be with you. And hopefully we will enjoy the webinar and try to conclude with something useful to our region. Thank you so much. And sorry for being late to join you.
Okay. It's okay. Thank you, Dr. Ahmed. We have a problem with the time schedule online. It seems that with the changing hours all over the world, there is some mistake in the overlapping and timing. Anyway, thanks for your notes and your sharing your experience as a MENA chair during your last mandate, and still it's going until the coming August, and I hope it's not. I mean, it will encourage more people from the MENA region to understand and to know more about IFLA. We still have a lot to do, and we still have a lot to share and inform our librarian and professional in the region. We still have work to do, and I hope that this will encourage librarians from our region to be more active and to understand that being member of a section is working more and giving more volunteering time, and hope it will be more and more participants from our region. Thanks again, and due to the short time, I would like to welcome with us our first speaker, Dr. Mohammed Zuhair, Information Management Officer at the United Nations Economic and Social Commission from the West Asia, ESCO. So we are really happy to have Dr. Muhammad with us, and I will give you the mic to give your presentation for 10 minutes, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Marwa. And again, my apology, I have a technical glitch. So thank you very much. And also thank you to Dr. Imad for his recommendation. I'll try to speak within the 10 minutes of UN experience and mainly ESCWA experience in terms of supporting the SDGs. To give you a brief idea what we have been doing. I will do this in let's say two lines. First, about through the UN consortium, what we call the UN links. So I don't know if you can see my screen. Yeah. So the UN links is like a kind of UN. I would call it the UN Library Association or Library Consortia. It includes libraries from all over the UN, and its main purpose is, we share the know-how and best practices, and also we engage with the local community. And at the end, I will tell you about the two examples that we have been engaging in the MENA region in 2019 and also in this year in Doha and Qatar. So to give you a quick idea about, if you are not familiar with the UN is really a so complicated system. So from the graph, you see like the secretariat, we call it the secretariat. So it's like we are the regional commission. So we are 5 regional commissions, which include ESCWA, ESCAP, ECLAC, ECA, and ECE. But the UN links include members from all over the UN, where we meet annually and we share experiences, and also we try to play a role in those 4 main areas. So promoting access to information, because we are the curator of content within the UN, and I will tell you about a very ambitious project that we've been working on. We do a lot of capacity building, knowledge sharing between those libraries. We meet at least once a year, where we dedicate 3 days for sharing knowledge, experiences, issues, and engaging with the local community. And also we have monthly meetings. We have several webinars that we try to engage. And also we focus on building partnerships from outside the UN with several library associations. Like here in Lebanon, we are, good relationship with the Lebanese Library Association. We are part of the local library consortia. And also we do a lot of advocacy. And here I think this may be a lot of discussion will be in today's webinar about library associations or consortia on advocacy. So what in ESCWA, what we have been doing since the SDGs have been rolled out is trying to provide access and facilitate outreach. So creating content. As an example, I'm giving here examples from ESCWA. In ESCWA, we try to put our content wherever it's possible, so for the users to be easily accessible. So by mandate, we do upload our content. What I mean by our content, all the produced knowledge by ESCWA. So we are mandated to add it on the ODS, which is the official UN official document system. So the users can download the full text, which is a very specific built software. So it's not open search engines. So in 2017, we came with a new UN digital library, where also, again, you can find ESCWA publications, documents with full text in the UN digital library. And also we started last year creating ESCWA knowledge repository. Hopefully we are aiming to launch it mid-year this year. The uniqueness, it will include everything. So not only text material, it will include videos, audio, press release, speeches. So all knowledge that has been produced in ESCWA in 50 years. To have it so one-stop shop for the users, so it's easy to find. And also making the repository open to all academic search engine websites. Also, we do a lot of, making our content, specific content through several partnerships like EBSCO. We have a good agreement with EBSCO where they include ton of our key publications in their databases. And also we share our catalog with their knowledge hub. Also, we have an agreement with eMa'arifa where also they can harvest some of our content to make it available for free to our clients wherever they are in the Arab region. Also, we have an agreement with Arab Women Organization where all gender-related documents are available for all the users across the network. So that's in terms of access. And similarly, you see in the UN, a lot of efforts going everywhere, which is make it a little bit of a nightmare for the user to find the UN knowledge because it's really everywhere. As you've seen in the organogram, all those entities produce knowledge. All of them they have repositories, they have websites. I was able to, to count at least 106 websites that the user, if they want to look for something, they have to look for. Then ESCWA came with an idea of this tool, which has been launched during the AFSD that Dr. Imad mentioned, the Arab Forum for Sustainable Development in 14 of March 2023. It was launched. It's a smart AI search engine, which it's only searched in the UN development programs. So it searches the user content. It's called manara.unesco.org. So anybody can search the content. And also it has a very nice built-in smart search engine. It also searches the full text. It works by harvesting content from all those websites with the metadata and also the full text, doing the analysis and making things available to all the users. So this was the idea mainly came because of the dinosaur of the UN and amount of content that has been produced. So this is now available for the clients in the region to use and search for content relevant from all UN entities. And we're trying to expand this as much as possible. Currently it's in English and hopefully it's coming in Arabic. So it's called the Estinara search engine. It has other tools, but I wouldn't talk. I will talk about some of those later because those are all other tools related to SDGs where we promote the region. So that's in terms of access. And again, all our sister organizations, they still do a lot of repositories, making content available. So really engaging with the clients and making knowledge accessible to people worldwide in all different languages. The other angle that we've been working and we start working across the UN also, specifically at ESCWA, and I'll speak here about 3 examples from ESCWA. First, which is a corporate solution, which is the SDG Learn, which is ESCWA is part of. And this is, when I say ESCWA, it's ESCWA library, which I am responsible for, where we include all the learning materials, including if it's textual, if it's visual. So all of that in one place to have all the Secretariat SDG related products available, learning about them available in one place. Also at ESCWA, we have developed what we call Arab SDG Learn, which is focused on the 3 senses, read, watch, learn. And also here we try to have a criteria to collect from all over the UN system relevant SDG learning materials. So if it's a video, if it's a course, if it's a manual, all of those are being added to this website and made available for our clients. And for sure, everything should be available for free for our clients. And they have been tagged, as you can see, by SDG. So it's easy, different way of navigation, making things easier for the clients to find information. Also, March last year, during the previous AFSD, we have launched ESCWA Learning Program, which is online courses that we call it learn.unesco.org, where also we make things, online courses available to the clients. Sorry. One of those I would advise librarians to do, we call it SDG Primer, where it introduces the librarians to the SDGs, what they are. And we have several other courses that the clients can take, and they can take also a certificate online. In terms of advocacy, I would speak here about one of the key events that we do in terms of to advocate and influence policies within the UN, also with the community. That the Open Conference, Open Science Conference that we do with our colleagues in New York, and this year it was the 3rd one, and hopefully next year we're bringing this conference to the region. So we are competing now between MENA region or Africa region to bring the meeting to our yard. So hopefully we'll be able to get this. This is really a 3 days intensive, let's say, conference, and it's really bring key speakers. And with this, we try to influence the UN, because also we're trying to push for open access across the UN. And you already maybe have seen the World Bank Open Access Initiative, the IMF Open Access Initiative, and we want to spread this. And also we try to do a lot of policy influence within the UN. One of the key good successes that through the library, this library consortia, we were able to get a project now for all UN produced knowledge for the, let's say, retired websites. So now there's a tool called Archive It. So now with the colleagues in the 5 secretariats, we'll be harvesting content from all those retired websites, collecting produced knowledge and tagging them and making them available to the public. So we don't lose all this knowledge. So this is all came through this kind of advocacy within the UN.
Dr. Mohammed, I'm sorry to tell you.
Just 1 minute.
You still have 2 minutes.
Yes, I'm almost done. Yes. Yes. So in terms of the UN links and MENA region, in 2019, we hosted here at ESCWA in collaboration with the Lebanese Library Association, the Open Dialogue Forum, where we focused on the UN libraries, MENA libraries, and sustainable development open dialogue. It was really an intensive dialogue, and also Dr. Najib was our keynote speaker. Thank you for him, and he shared all his experiences. And this year we're planning, and we will having the same meeting, which will be happening at the University of Qatar during the first week of October. This year we're taking a different approach. We are having one day as a knowledge fair on the role of libraries and human rights, in collaboration with our colleagues on OHCHR in Doha and Geneva. And also that's the first day. The other 2 days will be on the role of libraries, success stories on data management, implementation of SDGs, innovation technologies. And here, if we're welcoming any speakers who would like to talk about those topics, participate with us. So participation is open, either physically or virtually. We are welcoming any participation from the region to share experiences on this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Zohair, for your very informative presentation from SDGs, from sharing content and in different subjects with EBSCO, with different issue concerning the SDGs, like the gender issue, and I think it's very important in our region. I see that you have a very, very big pool of information and sharing a lot of documents that it's important for us. And as you mentioned, it's in English, and hope that more and more content will be also available in Arabic. It will be more easy for our researchers.
Yeah, if you allow me, Marwa, most of our content, like the courses, we do them in both English and Arabic. All our documents are bilingual in English and Arabic. So the majority of our publications and resources, they are available in both. We make sure that, English and Arabic.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for this clarification. And I would like to invite now our second speaker from Lebanon, our dear speaker, Basma Shibani, President of the Lebanese Library Association. Welcome, Basma, and I will give you the mic because we are a little bit late, so please 10 minutes, not more. Thank you.
Thank you, Marwa. Thank you for inviting me to this webinar. I'm very glad. Did you hear me?
Yes.
I'm very glad to be a part of this webinar. I'm newly elected as president for the Lebanese Library Association. I will take advantage of the effort made by my colleagues and my previous colleague in this position. I will take advantage of the activities they done and different activities in the environment and other domains. I will speak in Arabic for this presentation about the role of Library Association in the advocacy and the strengthening of the SDG goals in the environment in Lebanese libraries. My presentation will be in Arabic. Let's start by let's start by talking about the economic and financial. There's delay. 1 minute. Yes, let's speak about the economic and financial problems in Lebanon. يعاني لبنان منذ عام 2019 من مشكلة احتجاز البنوك لأموال اللبنانيين المودعة لديهم وعدم قدرتهم على التصرف بأموالهم، وبالتالي انهيار أسعار الليرة مقابل الدولار وتأثير ذلك على مرتبات الموظفين في القطاعين العام والخاص. وقد بردت مؤخرا أزمة ارتفاع أسعار المحروقات مما أدى إلى صعوبة انتقال الموظفين إلى أعمالهم نتيجة انخفاض قيمة رواتبهم، مما أفرز العديد من الإضرابات وخصوصا في المجال التربوي، وحيث المكتبات تمثل القسم الأكبر فيها، أي المكتبات الجامعية والمدرسية. يعاني القطاع العام من هذه الأزمات أكثر من القطاع الخاص، لأن القطاع الخاص في بعض الأحيان خصوصا في مجال الجامعات والمدارس يتلقون الأقساط بالدولار الأمريكي بدلا من الليرة اللبنانية، مما يساعد على دفع رواتب المكتبيين، وكذلك يساعد على إمكانية شراء الكتب والقرطاسية والاشتراك في الدوريات وفي قواعد المعلومات. تعاني أكثر ما يعاني هي المكتبة الوطنية، حيث أنها تعاني من نقص الكهرباء والماء وعدم تجديد عقود الصيانة لنظام المعلومات لديها، مما يؤدي إلى الكثير من عدم القدرة على خدمة الجمهور والمستفيدين. بالإضافة أنه لا توجد موازنات في القطاع العام، كل ذلك يؤثر على نوعية خدمة الجمهور في هذه المكتبات. بالنسبة لجمعية المكتبات اللبنانية، تسعى جمعية المكتبات اللبنانية إلى المناصرة نظرا لعدم قدرتها على المساهمة إلا في إعداد الندوات وأعداد الندوات والمشاركة والتحضير للندوات والمؤتمرات ونشر الكلمة أو نشر المعلومات حول ما يدور حول المكتبيين من ندوات وورشات عمل. كما أن الجمعية ساعدت المكتبات المتضررة من انفجار بيروت في عام 2021 من أجل ترميم أبنيتها لاستكمال عملها في خدمة الجمهور عبر المنظمات غير الحكومية، وأبرزها منظمة بلو شيلدز. وبسبب الانقطاع المستمر في الإمداد بالتيار الكهربائي، تعمد المؤسسات إلى تركيب ألواح الطاقة الشمسية، وحيث تستفيد المكتبات من هذه الطاقة الكهربائية في تسيير أعمالها وتوفير البحث في نظام المعلومات وقواعد المعلومات الأخرى. سوف أستعرض في الشرائح القادمة جهود المكتبات اللبنانية في تحقيق أهداف التنمية المستدامة في المجال البيئي. سنبدأ بالمكتبة العامة السبيل. مكتبة السبيل هي من المكتبات العامة القليلة في لبنان، فهي تحاول أن تؤمن الطاقة النظيفة، وذلك تلبية للهدف 7 من SDG، من حيث قامت بتركيب ألواح الطاقة الشمسية لإنتاج الكهرباء في 2 من فروعها، وقامت باستبدال مصابيح الإضاءة الحرارية بالمصابيح الموفرة للطاقة. كذلك تقوم على تحقيق الهدف 11 وهو المدن والمجتمعات المستدامة، فهي تقوم بإعداد تدوير الأوراق والكتب الممزقة غير عبر التعاقد مع منظمات غير حكومية لتدوير النفايات الصلبة. كما تقوم بتنظيم دورات وورشات عمل لتعليم وتدوير النفايات وتحويلها إلى أشياء مفيدة وأعمال تزيينية وديكور. وتقوم بتشجيع الجمهور المكتبة من الشباب في تنظيف الحديقة العامة في فرع الجيتاوي. هذا بالنسبة لمكتبة السبيل. بالنسبة لمكتبة الجامعة الأمريكية في بيروت، بالنسبة للهدف 7 تأمين الطاقة النظيفة، تقوم باستبدال كما غيرها مصابيح الإضاءة الحرارية بمصابيح الموفرة للطاقة، وذلك لسببين: سبب بيئي وسبب توفير في الطاقة بالإضافة إلى استخدام السيارات الكهربائية في التنقل بين فروع المكتبات لتبادل الكتب. أما بالنسبة للهدف 11 المدن والمجتمعات المستدامة، فتقوم مكتبة الجامعة بفرز النفايات وإرسالها إلى مركز تدوير في الجامعة، والحث والتشجيع على استخدام الأكواب الكرتونية بدل البلاستيكية. كما قامت بتركيب عوازل في الجدران والنوافذ للحد من استهلاك الطاقة في التدفئة والتبريد، وبالإضافة إلى التخفيف والتقليص من استخدام ورق الطباعة، والطلب من الطلاب إيداع رسائلهم الجامعية وأطروحاتهم في المستودع الرقمي المؤسساتي، وعدم تقديم نسخة ورقية، بالإضافة إلى تشجيع موظفي المكتبة للانضمام إلى النشاطات البيئية لنادي حفظ الطبيعة في الجامعة.
بس ما 2 more minutes please.
أوكي. مكتبة الروح القدس مكتبة تعتبر من المكتبة الخضراء الأولى في لبنان والثالثة على المستوى العربي. تقوم بنفس تأمين الطاقة النظيفة عبر المصابيح وتركيب الألواح الطاقة الشمسية واستخدام السيارات الكهربائية وفرز النفايات، والتشجيع على استخدام عبوات المياه الزجاجية وترك نافورات مياه الشرب. مكتبة الجامعة اللبنانية الأمريكية فرع جبيل، صممت المكتبة بصورة عصرية جدا تلبي أهداف التنمية المستدامة من حيث توفير الطاقة المتجددة وتعزيز الحفاظ على البيئة، كذلك الأمر بالنسبة لمكتبة الجامعة اللبنانية. على الرغم من المشاكل التي تعانيها وهي تعتبر من القطاع العام، فإنها قامت بتركيب الطاقة المتجددة الألواح الشمسية، وتعمل على تخفيف من استخدام الطباعة بسبب نقص في الميزانية ونقص في القرطاسية، ونفس الوقت الاستفادة من أهداف التنمية المستدامة. وأخيرا تجربة المركز المطالعة والتنشيط الثقافي. لعبت المكتبة هنا وهي في أميون في شمال لبنان، لعبت المكتبة دور الفضاء العمومي، وساعدت مزارعي شجر الزيتون في الاطلاع على كيفية مكافحة مرض عين الطاووس الذي يصيب شجر الزيتون ويؤثر على إنتاج الزيتون. وساهمت المكتبة في الاطلاع على سبل تربية النحل، مما أدى إلى زيادة عدد المناحل، وتم تأسيس شبكة تعاونية لتبادل المعلومات الزراعية وتفادي الآفات وعلاجها. كما ساعدت المكتبة أيضا على الوصول إلى مختلف أفراد المجتمع الريفي الزراعي في بلدة أميون الشمالية. شكرا.
شكرا بسمة. Thank you Basma for your great presentation and for showing us and sharing with us how did the librarian in Lebanese association help a lot in different projects. It's really very positive and very encouraging. Although you are suffering from the political issues and situation with the economic crisis and problems that you mentioned, but you have done a great job and you are sharing with us a great experience. Thank you, Basma. And I would like to ask Magdalena now to invite you to different group. But before we start this, I just want to confirm that all participants here are looking for Arabic. How many participants are looking for Arabic room? Because we have registration in 3 languages, I just want to confirm. Can you raise your hand? How many person looking for in Arabic? Magdalena, you can see?
Not. I see for sure 1 person. 2.
And in
Okay. So, Marva, I can offer that I can create 3 rooms, as we said at the beginning.
Okay.
And in English, in Arabic, and French. And our participants will be able to choose in which language they would like to talk. So that's a few tips for the discussions, that there is a second part of our webinar, more interactive, that you will be able to talk more about connection between library associations and sustainable development goals. We are very curious about your opinion because your experience is very important for us and for IFLA. And the next 15 minutes, you will have opportunity to talk more with your moderators about SDGs. So, as I said, I will create 3 rooms, and you can choose which one you would like to go, and you need to choose on your own. And discussions in the rooms will be based on the survey. So moderator will share the survey, Google survey with you. And in the survey, there will be 3 sections. First is about documents which are related to Library Association and SDGs. You can talk and mark in the survey how it looks in your country. The second part of the discussion is about what we as librarians and members of library associations can do for SDGs, how to implement them and promote them in our work. So that could be very important. And the last section is about new professionals, new librarians, how we can involve them to working on SDGs in our countries. So we are very curious of your ideas and your opinion, and feel free to join to the discussions and talk. So now I will open all rooms, and you will see the information in which room you would like to join. So we need to give a few seconds to Zoom.
I just want to clarify for the participant who connect a bit late that we will continue with the other 2 speakers after this 15 minutes of discussion, okay? So please stay there with us. The 2 speakers will continue after 10 minutes more.
Yeah, that's right. So please, when you see the information from the Zoom about the open rooms, please don't hesitate to go there. Just choose which room you would like to go. And from this moment, we have more than 14 minutes for the discussions, and then we will come back to the main room. I see that we are coming back to the main room in the Zoom. I hope that discussions were very productive and effective. From our rooms, there were 2 rooms with our participants, a room in English and a room in Arabic. And now I would like to ask my colleagues, moderators, about a short summary about discussions, about a quick feedback from our participants. So for the first, I would like to ask Borna. Could you say a few words about your discussion?
Hello to everyone. A few things that were the highlights of the conversation was a very brief discussion. We were talking about sustainable development goals and what they really are and what they mean. And something that we agreed upon was that very often in libraries, people are not aware what exactly the goals are and what exactly do they mean. And also, we came to the conclusion that that is something that a lot of libraries and librarians are doing in their everyday work. So it's very important to show it to the general public and just to make the connection with the sustainable goals and something that is already being done. Also, we had Professor Zohir in our room, so we were lucky enough to hear from him to talk about a little bit more about the ESQA domain website. And he just mentioned once again the importance of sharing knowledge and free access of informations. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Borna, for your work. And Mahmoud, could you tell us more about your discussion?
Okay, actually, we were a lucky group because we had at least 4 or 5 presidents of library associations from different Arab countries. So the discussion was really very productive. First, there was an argument about the role of IFLA in leading libraries towards SDGs. Someone was appreciate the role of IFLA, but he recommend not to follow everything that recommended by IFLA, and we should have our own vision. On the other hand, another participant confirmed and appreciated the big role that IFLA played, especially in since 3 or 4 years ago in supporting the role of libraries and supporting library associations towards SDGs. The second main point was related to the actual situation in Arab countries. Someone indicated too that the official governmental reports about SDG implementation in the Arab countries, and most of Arab countries ignored the role of libraries. They indicated to role of other organizations and other institutions inside the country in implementing SDGs, but the role of libraries and effort that library did in the community not mentioned at all in the official governmental reports. Finally, they feel there is a restriction regarding libraries or against libraries and most of other organizations in the community. And the government they think they are the best people who able to apply or and implement SDGs. So that was an important note from someone. I will write a small summary and submit to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you again, Mahmoud and Borna, for your work. And for these participants who couldn't join to our breakout rooms, I will put the link to the server in our chat box. So now I'm going to give microphone to Marwa, to our moderator.
Okay. Thank you, Magdalena, and thank you for Mahmoud and Borna for managing the discussion between the participants. And I would like to take the opportunity to welcome the new participant who joined us. Maybe because of the time issue, I see that we doubled the number of participants after 8 o'clock. So this is good for us. And now it's time to welcome Dr. Naguib El-Shourbagi, President of the Jordanian Library Association, to share with us. Dr. Naguib, please start your presentation and you have 10 minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. شكرا جزيلا على الاستضافة وشكرا جزيلا على الويبينار وجمعية المكتبات الأردنية. أولا بس أتأكد هل أنتم شايفين البرزنتيشن باللغة العربية؟
لا احنا شايفين حضرتك بس الصورة بتاعت حضرتك. You can share your... Yes, Magdalena, can you give access to Dr. Naguib to share his presentation, please?
Yes, sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
جمعية المكتبات الأردنية من الجمعيات الأقدم في العالم العربي. أنشأت سنة 1963 ومقرها في عمان، والهيئة التأسيسية أيضا موجودة، والهيئة الإدارية مكونة من يعني كل سنتين يتم انتخابها، وهذه هي المرة الثانية التي يتم انتخابي فيها، ونائب الرئيس وعدد من الأعضاء اللي بتغيروا كل فترة. أهداف الجمعية زي بقية الجمعيات المعروفة في العالم العربي، توحيد جهود العاملين في المكتبات والمعلومات والمعنيين بها في جميع الوسائل، والمساهمة في تطوير الخدمات المكتبية وتقوية الصلات وأواصر التعاون مع الجمعيات العربية والقيام بجميع الأعمال المشروعة التي تؤدي إلى تحقيق هذه الأهداف. الأنشطة اللي بتكون فيها الجمعية بشكل أو بآخر هي يعني معروف النشر المجلة الأردنية للمكتبات والمعلومات تصدر 4 مرات في السنة، والببليوغرافيا الوطنية، وبتنشر نظام التصنيف وديو العشري وأدلة العمل، وبتقوم بعملية التدريب والتأهيل والمؤتمرات والندوات والتوعية والإعلام والمشابكة. في التعاون يعني عدد من المؤسسات بنقوم بالتعاون معها، من بينها طبعا الإفلا، فهي عضو يعني العضو الوطني الأساسي في الإفلا، بالإضافة طبعا إلى الأشخاص، وهي عضو مؤسس أيضا في الاتحاد العربي للمكتبات والمعلومات، وعدد من الشراكات المتعددة مع جمعيات ومعلومات المكتبات والمعلومات العربية ومع المؤسسات الثقافية والدولية ومع بعض المؤسسات المتخصصة. هذا هو URL أو يعني ممكن الوصول إلها. أهداف التنمية المستدامة كما هو معروف هي 17 هدف بتتضمنها 169 مرمى، وبتغطي الأبعاد الثلاث للتنمية. أولا التنمية الاقتصادية، وثانيا التنمية الاجتماعية، وثالثا حماية البيئة. بالنسبة للمكتبات فيما يتعلق ودورها في التنمية، زي ما ذكرت أنا لم يذكر اسم المكتبات أبدا في أهداف التنمية المستدامة. من الأهداف والمؤشرات لقياس النجاح المتحقق خلال الفترة ما بين 2015 إلى 2030 لابد من يعني وجود مثل هذه المؤشرات. التقدم في المكتبات والمعلومات والمعرفة ليس من أهداف التنمية المستدامة للأسف يعني، ولكن هناك عدد من الأشخاص المتخصصين يعملون حاليا على إقناع الأمم المتحدة في نيويورك بقيمة مثل هذه المؤشرات ودليل التطور. وهذه البيانات والمعرفة والعلوم والإحصاء في التنمية المستدامة، المكتبات لها يعني نوعين من الاهتمام، أنها هدف للتنمية وفي نفس الوقت أداة للتنمية. فإذا كانت هي هدف للتنمية فهناك لابد من قياس هذا التطور، وإذا كانت من أدوات استخدامها من أجل الوصول إلى التنمية فلا بد أيضا من الاعتراف بكونها والاهتمام بالعاملين فيها والاهتمام بعضويتهم في اللجان الوطنية الخاصة بالتنمية المستدامة. زي ما ذكرت أتصور يعني هناك عدد من الأماكن في التنمية المستدامة، ذكرت التكنولوجيا المعلومات والاتصالات والترابط، وذكرت أيضا حشد الإنتاج الخدمات والسلع وشراكة بين الجميع. كل هذه الأشياء مذكورة في أهداف التنمية المستدامة، سواء كانت المعلومات العلمية أو المعلومات بالاتصال أو الإحصاء أو إلى آخره. وهناك يعني جهد كبير جدا تقوم به الأمم المتحدة في مجال التعاون ومجال خلق قاعدة البيانات في التكنولوجيا وفي الاتصالات وفي الإحصاء وإلى آخره. الشيء الأخير اللي بدي أذكره هو أعمال جمعية المكتبات والمعلومات الأردنية في التنمية المستدامة. جمعية المكتبات والمعلومات الأردنية تغطي عادة الأبعاد الثلاثة للتنمية في سياساتها وبرامج عملها. في مجال التنمية الاقتصادية نقوم بتدريب العاملين في المكتبات ومراكز المعلومات من خلال الدورات العامة والمتخصصة. في التنمية الاجتماعية نقوم بعقد المؤتمرات المتخصصة في دور المكتبات والمعرفة التنمية المستدامة، وكنموذج لذلك المؤتمر 22 الذي عقدته الجمعية بالتعاون مع جامعة اليرموك في الأردن لمدة يومين تحت نفس العنوان، دور المكتبات والمعرفة في التنمية المستدامة. وعدد من الأوراق تم عرضها، الأوراق العلمية، وعدد من دراسات الحالة، وأثبتت أنه عدد هائل جدا من الناس بيرجعوا للمكتبات من أجل الاستنارة والتعرف على جوانب التنمية المستدامة، ولكن المكتبات لا يعترف فيها كمؤسسات أنه هي التي تقوم بتقديم مثل هذه الخدمات. وهذا طبعا يعني اللوم ممكن يكون على المكتبين، ممكن يكون على البلد، ولكن أعتقد أنه المكتبات في العالم العربي ليست مهمة، وهذا الأمر يؤدي إلى إهمالها بشكل أو بآخر، ظنا من العاملين في هذا المجال أنه الإنترنت هي تقوم بهذا العمل، والإنترنت يعني مليانة على المعلومات، ولكن لا يجوز أبدا إهمال هذه المكتبات. والشكر الجزيل طبعا للإفلا ولكل العاملين في هذه المكتبات في كل العالم والوطن العربي في الموضوع. الأمر الآخر بتعقد الدورات واللقاءات حول دور المكتبات في التنمية المستدامة، وهناك دورات لمدة ساعتين لمدة 4 ساعات حول هذا الموضوع، ونقوم بنشر أوراق علمية حول دور المكتبات في التنمية المستدامة، وهذا أيضا في المجلة المتخصصة اللي أنا ذكرتها فيما يتعلق بالنشر، سواء كانت يعني محكمة أو في دورات تدريبية أو غيرها. في مجال حماية البيئة اللي هو الجانب الثالث من التنمية المستدامة، الاعتماد على النشر الإلكتروني كأساس للتواصل مع الأعضاء وتبادل المعرفة، وثانيا نشر الوعي باستخدام كافة الوسائل للتعريف بأهمية المحافظة على البيئة. هذا بشكل عام ما تقوم به جمعية المكتبات فيما يتعلق بالتنمية المستدامة. طبعا يعني كل الجهود وكل الأعمال تصب في التنمية المستدامة بشكل أو بآخر، وزي ما ذكرنا أنه التنمية المستدامة هي يعني تأخذ الإنسان بشكل كامل، سواء في الاقتصاد أو الاجتماع أو حقوق الإنسان أو إلى آخره. فاستخدام المكتبات والمعرفة هو أساسا من أجل الوصول إلى أو تحقيق أهداف التنمية المستدامة. بهذا بكون أنهيت يعني هذا الحديث. شكرا جزيلا.
Thank you, Dr. Najib, for sharing your experience with the Jordan Library Association and how you put the importance of the training and how we still have to work a lot and to improve the role of the library in our countries. We're going to discuss more and more maybe later, but as we are a little bit later, I would like to invite now Dr. Amani Gamal Megahed, Professor of Library and Information Science, Department of Menufeya University. Dr. Amani also was the president of the Egyptian Library Association from 2015 until 2022. Please, Dr. Amani, join us with your presentation.
Good evening, everyone. Did you hear me?
Yes, everything is fine.
Okay, just a minute.
Perfect.
Okay. I want to change this presentation to be, no.
You can come to the first slide, Dr. Amani.
Yes. Okay. Okay, let's start. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to thank IFLA and thank Dr. Marwa Sahnu for giving me a chance to speak about this important topic. I am pleased to be among this group of experts in the field of sustainable development. I will talk about my achievement during the period of my service as a president of Egyptian Library Association from 2015 until 2022. We considered that during this period, many tasks had done. The most important task was supporting the Sustainable Development Goals. First step, when IFLA invited me and other presidents of Libraries Association to attend an important workshop about international advocacy program to have libraries as a partner in support decisions. That workshop was very useful and motivating. This was the agenda for the 2 days event It's very helpful for us, and it's a very good workshop. This slide about IFLA region workshop. These pictures show how was the workshop very motivating, built important relationships with other representatives of African Libraries Association. We learned how to make a libraries a good partner to the government's SDGs plan. This is the aim of our goals, SDGs goals. Second step, when we came back to Egypt, we found out that the Egyptian SDGs plan was published on the Ministry of Planning website. So Egyptian Library Association made a strategy within this plan for many workshops and many meetings. Actually, we are proud that all our activities were published on IFLA website. Our strategy aimed to raise awareness for librarian and library community, and we acted with the decision makers at many libraries. This slide shows some of ELA Egyptian Library Association workshop held during 2017 at many places and different type of libraries. Maadi Public Library, Bibliotheca Alexandrina, Public Library in Upper Egypt at Luxor, Menofia University, Academic Library, National Library of Egypt, National Library of Egypt, and all of the this is number many librarian take this courses and make a good effect in their libraries. This picture shows Maadi workshop. This picture for Luxor Public Library for Luxor Public Library. This was the biggest workshop held at Luxor Public Library. 300 librarians were attending. It was a huge event. Actually, it was a huge event. These are some posters we prepared to inform librarians about Egyptian Library Association workshop for SDG. This one and this two. The most important meeting was with the Egyptian National Library. Egyptian National Library Chairman to discuss involving libraries in the National Development Plan. The meeting was very useful because the National Library was already involved in the shaping. The National Library was already involved in the shaping of the SDGs plan, and the Egyptian Library Association organized a workshop for all librarians who are working in the National Library and its branches to raise their awareness of SDGs. Sudan invited us to their national library conference and Sudan Association conference on July 27, 2017. This workshop was attended 35 librarians from National Library and from Khartoum University. Just a minute, I want to show you the picture for this picture in Sudan. We try to publish some aim to help our librarian to support them in his plan to support the SDGs. This is a guide to help the librarian to do the best of to support our SDGs plan, Egyptian SDGs plan. And it's free access and the ELA, Egyptian Library Association, published it in website of it. This picture for some of the main board member of main board when we do all of the activities in the last presentations. Thank you, and I hope you understand that what I mean to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Amani, for your presentation, and thank you for sharing the experience and the training and the workshop you attended as IFLA member, and you share it with other librarians in different cities in Egypt. And maybe this can show us the variety of and the richness of our region, that the libraries and the association who get more and more involved on the national level before everything, and then on the regional level, and then on the international level as IFLA. We can see the difference between this entities, libraries, personal affiliate or association who can get more benefit from being IFLA members, and how they can benefit from the training and the workshops and whatever IFLA is organizing for its member. And I would like, now we have finished with the 4th speaker for our webinar today. I would like to thank all of the speakers who were very, very nice and informative, and give and share with us a lot of information on the country level and on a regional level, like Dr. Zohir, for ESQA content that we can all benefit from it. Basma from Lebanon and the experience with Lebanese challenge experience, and how far they have to go and what they really keen to do and continue in their country. Dr. Nagib Shorbagi from Jordan, and how they work a lot for the training and for working with the government, and put the role of the library in evidence and more clear for the countries. And we finally finish with Dr. Amani Megahed from Egypt, with her experience as IFLA member, and how she benefit and she make other librarians in the country benefit, and also with other MENA countries benefit from this training and knowledge between the MENA region country. Thank you all. Thanks a lot for the participants who attend with us today. I hope that you gain a lot of information and you enjoyed our webinar. And I would like to thank again all the team who work together to organize this webinar. And we are all sorry again for the time issue. It's really a system issue. We have already scheduled it at 7 p.m., but we don't know what happened with the machine. So our excuses another time, and I would like to thank every one of you and looking forward to see you all in IFLA Rotterdam. Thank you. The webinar is finished. Magdalena, do you want to say anything?
Just thank you also to you, Marva, for your work. Great work.
Okay, thank you all of you.
Thank you.
Bye everyone. السلام عليكم. شكرا جزيلا. نراكم لاحقا.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Marwa. Thank you.